For our next demo, we have ClearCollateral Review. Ashley Beerwolf is here with us. And Ashley, are you ready to get started? I'll do a quick introduction and then we'll jump into the demo.
Sounds great.
ClearCollateral Review is a review system that automates collateral underwriting in compliance with internal credit policies and GSE guidelines. The system centralizes all analytical tools and data required to review an appraisal and leverages machine learning to eliminate manual tasks, improve review quality, and reduce review effort by 50%. All right, Ashley, this sounds exciting. I'll turn the floor over to you.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. So I am Ashley Beerwolf. I'm our Senior Product Manager for the ClearCollateral Review platform. And the ClearCollateral Review platform is designed to address a few challenges with appraisal review. Things like record high appraisal volume and over and under valuation risk, as well as bias within the appraisal process. We do this through configurable workflow tools, standardized review requirements, and comprehensive data and quality checks, including our new Photo AI rule set. So let me show you exactly how that works. So firstly, it's really important to understand the expertise that is needed to complete an appraisal review. And we do that by way of assigning and creating review tiers. So based on specific criteria about a loan and a property, you can create review tiers, things like valuation purpose, the loan amount, the location of the property, maybe even the appraised value. All of these things that may increase or decrease the risk of a particular review. And once you've created these criteria, you can then assign these specific tiers to different reviewers in your organization who have the expertise needed to complete this kind of a review. And then once we know what kind of a reviewer needs to complete this review, we also need to let them know what kind of a review needs to be completed on this file based on the same kinds of factors. So things like, again, maybe it's the valuation purpose, the loan amount, the state. In this one, you can also rely on the tier that you've already created, so you don't have to do that twice. Based on all of these risk factors, you can do a few things. Firstly, you can auto-approve this file if you believe it's low risk enough and you don't need a reviewer to do a deep dive within this appraisal. You can go ahead and auto-approve that file and nobody ever has to look at it. If you do decide that a human needs to look at the report, you can, based on, again, all these criteria above, say which report views, tools, and review forms are necessary to complete the review on this particular appraisal. Lastly, as far as the management tools go, we have a standard set of appraisal rules that will run on every appraisal that comes through the door. But what you can do is create unique rule sets for the same kinds of criteria that we did for the tiers and review scopes based on the risk of the property, the location, all of those different factors. You can add and remove rules. You can adjust the weights of the rules. And you can also adjust all of the thresholds. So, perhaps you've got an appraisal in a geographic area where things are moving more quickly and you need more recent comps. You can set the rules to highlight that risk in those particular instances. So once a reviewer is ready to actually dive into the review, we provide a lot of tools all in one place for the reviewer to do their job quickly and efficiently. First of all, we have MLS photos that we bring in for every property that comes in. We also have loan and public record property details right here on this case page. We have a case activity log here. And then once we dive into the appraisal itself, we have a few different tools for the reviewers. Again, all of these things are configurable based on those review scopes that we talked about. We have the original appraisal PDF. We all know that the 50-page appraisal PDF is not the most efficient way to look at things like photos, maps, and sketch, especially on low-risk reviews. So we've created what we call the Quick View. This is an extraction of subject property characteristics, the photos, maps, and sketch from within the appraisal so that reviewers can look at these all in one place very quickly and not have to dig through a big old PDF. Another tool that we offer is our ClearProp report. This again is available on every case that comes into the system. This is especially helpful when you have a high risk review. So something that you need to do a deep dive into property information. ClearProp will provide you with historical property information. We've got mapping tools. We have a comparable search function so that you can sort and filter through the comparables if that's necessary. And we also have a lot of market performance and trending information within the ClearProp report as well. So as we scroll down a little bit here, you'll see our ClearCollateral scores and findings. So over here, you can see that we've got our appraised value charted on a supportable value range. That comes from our Clear AVM. Really quick and easy way for the reviewers to see whether this thing is severely under or overvalued or pretty well supported based on all the data available in the market. We also have our valuation accuracy score. This is a numeric representation of how close to center that appraised value is within the supportable value range. And it's a great way to drive workflow. The lower that number, the higher the risk of the property being over or undervalued. And you may want to drive that to a more experienced reviewer within your organization. We also then have this report quality score, which is very transparent, very flexible. This score, every appraisal that comes into our system will start out with a score of 10. Based on the rules that you set up in the management tools we just went over, every rule that fails on this appraisal, its weight will be deducted from a starting score of 10. That's how you end up with your report quality score. So again, very flexible, super transparent, and you can adjust this either throughout the year or for different instances within the appraisal review process. Over here on the right, you can see all of the rules that have failed against this appraisal. And then as we scroll down, you can see that we have sort of a smaller version of the comparable grid that we would see in the ClearProp report. This will just be the top 10 most similar comparables that we found, alongside any appraisals that were used, any comparables that were used within the appraisal that don't fall into the top 10, so that reviewers can quickly see how the appraisals used, how the comparables used within the appraisal stack up to everything else that was available in the market. And then lastly, I wanted to touch on our configurable review forms. So these configurable review forms can be created based on your specific organization's checklist. And you can have as many or as few of them as you need for different instances. Perhaps you have a different review form for manufactured homes as compared to single family, or maybe you have a high dollar review checklist, something like that. Again, we can create as many or as few as you'd like, depending on your organization's needs. The coolest thing about the review forms is that as long as the data to answer the question you're asking is available within the case itself, the loan details, or the appraisal XML, we can actually pre-populate the answers to these questions. And you will have a record of how it was answered, who answered it, and save your reviewers a ton of time. And that is what I have for you guys on the demo today.
Thank you so much for walking us through all of that. Now, do you mind if we jump into some questions?
Go for it.
All right. So you mentioned appraisal bias, so I'm going to throw you a tough one. With appraisal bias being such an important topic in the industry today, how can technology enable lenders to detect appraisal errors or even undervaluation and overvaluation risks?
Yeah, so what we've seen in appraisal review is that historically there wasn't a lot of structure or consistency within the review process. So, underwriters and reviewers, although extraordinarily well-meaning, were able to sort of spot things within the appraisals that they found most important. Everybody's got their own ideas about what's most important at any given time. So when we build into the system ways of highlighting, yes, this seems to be undervalued, yes, this seems to be overvalued, here are the things we need you to concentrate on, and that is consistent on every appraisal, just takes a lot of that room for subjectivity out of the review process.
I think that that's amazing. Creating a clear and consistent process definitely mitigates that risk. So for reviewers, how does the technology provide all of the data and information that they need to make the right decision?
Yeah, so reviewers have been accessing this kind of information as long as they've been reviewing appraisals, but they've been having to go outside of their systems to do it. So whether they're working in their order management system, their LOS, or their servicing platform, they're having to leave to go download, to go search an MLS system or to search some public records or find historical property information. And, maybe download a PDF of rules that they ran in a different system and try to bring all these things together. So rather than have them go out to do these things, we brought all of these things into one platform, and we're only displaying the parts and pieces that they need at the time that they need them to just save them time and make sure they can stay focused.
So no more searching through your Google Drive for a certain PDF or password so that you can access a system that's external from your current tech stack.
Exactly.
Love that.
And no more downloading files from elsewhere to upload them somewhere else. And
Trying to figure out a compatible sort of form of file, how you need people to upload things, or teaching people how to upload things.
Yeah.
Definitely love how that streamlines everyone's workflow. So I think some of the feedback that I know has been received from reviewers, analyzing and matching photos is the most tedious task in any appraisal. So what is Clear Capital doing in that space?
Yeah, so a couple of things. Firstly, I did get to show you the quick view, which is great, sort of brings all the photos next to each other, next to the information you're trying to match it with. So that'll save a lot of time on its own. But beyond that, and probably way more exciting than that, are our new set of photo AI rules, which are designed to actually automate the tedious part of reviewing appraisal photos and sketches. So what our new photo AI rules can do is they can make sure that the number of unique bedroom photos within an appraisal matches the number of bedrooms within a grid and matches the number of bedrooms within the sketch. The photo AI rules can also make sure that your photos are properly labeled and that you have all of the photos that are required within the appraisal.
So basically, the AI can take all of the awful, tedious parts and match all of those base levels and make your day just a little bit faster. It sounds like that's what you're saying.
Absolutely. It can make your day a little bit faster. And, the folks that are reviewing these appraisals are experts and we need their expertise. We don't need them counting photos in an appraisal. That is not the best use of their expert time.
Definitely agree with you. And I'm always excited when there's some new exciting AI solution that can make my day just a little bit faster.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing all of the capabilities of ClearCollateral review with us. And we'll see you all again soon.
Thank you.